welcome back to my channel. Alright, so I thought I would come on here and do something a little bit different, something that I never really did on my channel. It's far fetched away from hair tutorial. I'm gonna be doing a story time about the time I almost fought some boy's mother over some lie that was just made up. When I mean fought, I mean we literally almost had a fight outside in front of everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications if you want to see more videos like this. Leave a comment down below and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. So without further ado, let's get into the story time. Now let me tell you something about the story times that I had. Like, sometimes I can't remember them and I can't think of them, but like when I do remember the story times, yo, they was lit, and most of them were from like when I was like younger and stuff like that. So today I'm gonna be telling you guys one of the story times that happened a long time ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday. And when I tell you it was mad funny and y'all about to be weak, y'all about to literally be weak. So yeah. So before we get started on this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Also follow me on Instagram at TMONAY, and also follow me on my hair page at hair_by_TMONAY. It's gonna be somewhere on the screen for you guys. Follow me. I'm gonna start off by going back to, I honestly don't remember how old I was, but I know I was in high school. I don't know if I was a sophomore or a junior, one of them, I don't know, but okay. So when I was younger, not like OD young, but like my early teenage years, I had, it used to be me, my sister, and I'm pretty sure she won't mind if I say her name on my YouTube video, but it used to be me, my sister, and this girl named Lala. So we used to be like best friends or whatever, and we used to be together all day. I literally used to live in the building that's like right here, and she used to live in the building that was next to ours. So I remember one day we all went to school, and then after school, okay, so basically after school, I honestly don't remember if Lala had went to school that day, but I know that I for sure went to school that day, and my sister went to school that day. But this day, nobody was home in my house, and I ended up staying with Lala or whatever. So I don't think nobody was home, or even if somebody was home, I don't think I ended up going in the house. I don't remember, that was a long time ago. I don't think I remember going home, but all I know is I came home like to my block, and then I went to Lala's house. And I remember us going to the Chinese restaurant this day, cause like where we lived at, it was a Chinese restaurant around the corner from our house. But also when we were coming from like the train station to come home, we had to pass this Chinese restaurant or whatever. So like everybody on the block used to have to pass, if they took the train, which most of us took the train home from school, they had to pass this Chinese restaurant to get to the buildings or whatever. So I remember us going to the Chinese restaurant because we just wanted to go, you know, to the Chinese restaurant or whatever. And there was this boy who basically used to live on the block with us or whatever. So I'm not gonna say his name, we're just gonna call him Shane, right? So Shane used to, I mean, we was cool, but like we wasn't like OD friends. We was just like, all right, we all lived on the same block, and Shane had a brother, whatever. So we used to all be lit outside, cool, whatever. So this day, I mean, we was all friends, we was all, you know, cool with each other, but this day we was in a Chinese restaurant and Shane was coming from school. Now I think either he was locked out of his crib, or nobody was home, he was locked out or something like that. I don't know, he was locked out of his house. So he came to the Chinese restaurant or whatever. He met us in the Chinese restaurant, and this day he was acting mad weird. So like he was like asking for a hug and like doing the most that he doesn't usually do. So I'm playing along with it or whatever, and then we walk back to the block. We were sitting outside, and then Lala had to go upstairs. So I remember her going in the house and we all going upstairs. So basically me and Shane ended up staying in the hallway because like at that time nobody could go, and her parents and stuff was there, so we couldn't all really go in the house. So me and Shane ended up staying in the hallway. So now we in the hallway talking or whatever. We was listening to music. We was dancing, whatever. Not really dancing because it's like mad weird. It's only us two in the hallway, but we was dancing, whatever the case may be. But the way, like, she lived on one floor, but we was like sitting on the roof because we didn't want her parents and stuff to like know that we was there when we wasn't supposed to all be there, whatever. So we was sitting like the staircase that before you go outside to the roof or whatever. So we sitting there, and there was a lady that lived downstairs. I guess she was cool with Shane's mom. So yeah, so all right, I'm about to be weak then. There was this lady that was downstairs that lived like right on the floor that was for the roof or whatever, and her apartment was like right next to the staircase. So she, like, we heard somebody come out or whatever, but we wasn't doing nothing. But we heard somebody come out, we looked, we seen it was her, she seen it was us, but we ain't say nothing because she ain't really do nothing. So I guess she called his mom and told his mom whatever. We didn't know what she told her at the time or whatever, so we not thinking nothing of it. So we go back downstairs, and his mother, I guess Lala had finished or whatever she was doing. So we all went back outside. So we go downstairs, and his mother was sitting in the car with somebody else. So his mother was like, oh yeah, what you was doing up there, and I told you when nobody home, don't go nowhere. So basically his mother like, yo, what y'all doing up there? What y'all was doing? So we like, oh, I'm looking at him, and he looking at me like, yo, how the fuck she know we was on the roof or whatever? So she's like, oh, you upstairs with this fast ass girl. And then she was like, yeah, I was upstairs, doing the do's. So I don't want to say it for like the younger people that's watching, but basically she thought we was upstairs doing stuff that we wasn't supposed to be doing on the roof. So I'm like, yo, like, we was not doing nothing or whatever. So at this time, I think I honestly had to be like maybe like 15 or 16 or something like that. So she like, oh yeah, I was on the roof doing something that y'all wasn't supposed to do. So we like, yo, we was just up there chilling. Honestly, we was dead up there chilling, like, and she didn't believe us. Whatever the case may be, that time went past. He went in the house, and I went upstairs or whatever to my house. So then later on that day, we all come back outside, because that's what we used to do after we finished our homework and stuff like that. We all would come back outside. So we came back outside that day, but like he had went around the corner to play ball, so he was nowhere to be found. So, but his brother was outside. His little brother was outside. So his mother walked from her house, and to get from her house, she had to walk past Lala's building and my building. So she walks past or whatever, and she's like, she was popping mad shit. So we looking at her like, yo, like at this time I don't even know if my sister was outside. I know there was mad people outside, like the block was lit. So this lady, like, y'all ready for what she said? Y'all ready for what she did? So she's like, oh, you was upstairs effing my son on the roof. So she like, oh, y'all think nobody was gonna say nothing? Y'all think nobody wasn't gonna tell me? So I'm like, yo, like, what are you talking about, whatever? So she like, oh, where's your mother? So I'm like, oh, my mother's at work, but she'll be here, like, she's coming, like, she'll be here shortly, she's about to get off, like, she'll be here, like, you feel me? I was like, yo, like, you doing all that for what? So we all outside or whatever, and she kept walking back and forth up the block, popping shit. So I called my father, and I'm like, yo, this lady outside saying that I did something with her son. And at the time, we already did not like this lady. Like, we already did not like her. She had a stink ass attitude. I mean, at the time before that, we was cool, but then she had a stink attitude. So we didn't really like her or whatever. So right now, Shane, we can't find him. Shane had went to go play basketball. We don't know where he at. But we like, yo, like, if that's the case, like, go. We telling his brother, like, go tell your brother, like, your mother out here wilding saying we did something and you need to come clear the air. Like, there was nothing that was on that roof. But instead of you being out here, you know your mother's wilding, but you won't come around the block. So his brother went to go tell him or whatever, but he still wasn't trying to come around the block. Honestly, I felt like he just didn't want to be embarrassed, because, bro, like, if you're not trying to clear the air, I'm going to go off. Like, you have nothing to say about the situation or whatever, and your mother's out here wilding, saying that I'm doing something that I wasn't doing, trying to say I'm fast in front of the whole block, basically, because it was mad people outside. So now I'm tight, like, yo, like, where is he at? Like, where's your son? Go ask your son what we did. Like, you accusing me of doing something, go ask your child. Like, right, like, go ask your child. Any mother would do that. Like, so anyway, she like, oh, y'all did, you did this, y'all did that. So she like, oh, but calling me a B-word, be this and be that, whatever. So now I'm getting rowdy, like, you, honestly, you an adult, but she was like 30, maybe 28 at the time. I'm like 15, 16, but I'm like that. Like, I'm outside like, yo, 28, 35, 55 don't mean nothing to me. It's just a number. So if you outside getting rowdy over something that I know I didn't do, now when you want to fight, like, you telling, the stuff that she was saying was like, it was straight fighting words, like stuff that if somebody said to you, you're gonna want to fight no matter what age you are. So basically now I'm outside, like, I want to fight. Like, you bugged out, like, you trying to fight me and I'm a teenager. We could fight. So this lady, let me tell you what she did. I was cool with half the people in my building. Matter of fact, all the people in my building, especially the people from my floor. I was cool with all of them. Do y'all want to know what this lady did? Yeah. She called somebody on the phone and basically was like, oh, saying to me like, oh, like, I got somebody for you. She called somebody on the phone that's just as old as she is, that I'm cool with. Like, literally, she called my neighbor that I'm literally cool with. So she came outside like, yo, like, telling me like, Tia, just call your mother. Like, call your mother. But you really called somebody who I'm dead ass cool with, thinking that they was gonna come with to fight me. To fight me. She called 2 people, matter of fact, and neither of them was trying to come do nothing because they all know who I am. They all know my. So now, mad people outside, and we like in the street, like, not in the middle of the street, but we in the street because it was a parked car and she was by the parked car. So now she was really getting crazy. When I tell you getting crazy, so now my sister, my older sister, is in the window, like the 3rd floor window or whatever, watching what's going on outside. So she like, yo, my sister is like in the window saying whatever she was saying or whatever the case may be. So now this lady, when I tell y'all she was causing a scene, she was causing a scene to the point where I was just like, now, there was somebody in front of her, and then it was like us on the sidewalk, like by the street where the parked cars were. Then it was a car that was double parked. She was by the car. So she was getting so rowdy to the point where I'm just like, all right, like, you doing all of this, do you want to fight? Like, so I forgot what it was exactly that she said, but she said something and I just couldn't like take her no more. And I think my sister, my other sister was outside with me, but like, I really do, yeah, I think she was. But she said something that just was like, that's it. So we really like trying to get around people to really punch this out of this lady, like really hurt her. Like, me and my sister was really trying to fight her. So she's like, oh, y'all was doing this, y'all was doing that. So my mother had came. So let me tell you, right? It's the funny ass part. So whatever the case may be, she stopped doing whatever she was doing. Like I said, Shay never came back from around the corner. But this lady, I'm gonna call her, matter of fact, I'm about to call her like, I'm gonna call her ugly. We're gonna call her ugly because she was that ugly, like looking like a peacock. She was ugly. So matter of fact, I think I'm gonna call her Bird. Bird, yep. Bird or Feathers, which one? I think I'm gonna call her Bird. So anyway, Bird outside bugging and Shay still nowhere to be found. So I forgot exactly how we ended and how we all just went inside. But I think my father had came downstairs and my father was trying to knock her head off too. And he was cursing her out, whatever. My mother still hasn't came from work. So I'm telling my mother like what's going on. I caused my mother not to tell her what's going on. I think like the time went past, it got dark outside. My mother was coming straight from work, but she was coming at like 10, maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. She was getting off of work late. So my mother, y'all, like, hold on, let me tell y'all, because it wasn't funny back then, but now that I'm looking back at it, it was hilarious. So we all in the house or whatever, but like before that, I really, like, to this day, I really should have really just knocked this lady head off straight clean off her skinny body. Like, I really should have just knocked her head off. Because if y'all would have known the way that she was saying stuff, and if y'all really was there to witness the stuff that she was saying, like, I really should have just knocked her head clean. My sister should have knocked her head off clean. My little brother should have knocked her head off clean. Like, we really should have beat this lady up. Like, she was saying mad stuff. But, anyway, back to the story. Bird had went home, whatever, and my mother came from work. So my mother, let me tell y'all, like I said, remember how I told y'all, from the train station, you have to pass the Chinese store. To get to Shane's house, you have to pass my building. You have to pass the buildings on the block, my building, and Lala building. Let me tell y'all, right? So my mother does not come in the house. She comes from the train station and she walks right past my house, right past my building. She goes and knocks. Let me say this again, y'all, because like when it actually happened, I was just like mad shocked. Like, yo, my mother really did this. She walked from the train station past my house, past Lala's house, to Shane's house, knocked on this lady's door. So Shane's mother, which is Bird opens the door and she was mad high off or whatever, or drunk off or whatever. But my mother asked her, what is the problem? What's the problem? Like, let me know. Like, you just did put on a whole show outside with my teenage daughters and you're a grown adult. If it was anything, you could have came and talked to me. This lady had nothing to say. Nothing to say. Oh, I'm sorry, Ma. I'm sorry. Yeah. But you just put on a whole show for the block. You just put on a whole show for Brooklyn. But you so sorry. I'm so sorry, Ma. I could have came and talked to you. You the adult. Adult or not, we was really gonna beat your ass. Like, it's really just that. Like, she put on a whole show. But when my mother came to the door, you was silent. You ain't had nothing to say. Nothing to say. Like, let me tell y'all. So the next day and the next few days after that, Shane did not talk to me. As if I did something. He was mad because I was outside trying to fight his mother. But your mother was outside trying to fight me. Your mother was outside trying to fight me for something that you know did not happen. But you mad because I was outside trying to fight your mother. You thought I was going to apologize to you? Yeah, no, not me. Not me, because your mother was outside trying to fight me in front of the whole block for no reason. And you knew what it was and you didn't even tell her. You did not even tell her nothing. So he ain't talk to me, and we ain't speak for mad years. Literally years. We did not speak for mad years. And I was over him like, boy, bye. But yeah, that's basically the time where like I was really about to fight some boy mother. Like, his mother really wanted to fight me. And all because she thought me and her son was upstairs doing grown folks business, and that was not. Like, we wasn't. And if we, I won't even say if we was, because that wasn't, but if we was, miss, why didn't you just ask your son? Why you just didn't ask your son? Like, to this day. And then, like, we'll see her, like, after that, and she'll just stare at us like she retarded. Like, is this still animosity? Like, ma'am, do you still want to fight? Because now we don't live here anymore. Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? I have a whole bunch of people. And, like, now she, like, 40 probably. Maybe, like, 30 something. Almost 40. I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys a story time. And I have another story time that I don't know if you guys might want to hear, but it's basically the time. And I think I'm going to do the story time, and I think I'm going to name it His Girlfriend Caught Us Cheating. Or, no, his girlfriend caught him cheating with me. But we really wasn't cheating. Like, y'all just gotta hear the story time to understand I'm gonna just put that as a title, but y'all really gotta hear the story time to understand. But yo, when I tell y'all, like, when I was a teenager, we used to have mad fun, but half the time I can't even remember those stories. But like I said, when I do remember them, it's like mad lit. Like, that day, when I tell y'all, it was the littest thing that could have happened on that block. We was really outside about to fight over something that never happened. That's basically the end of the story time. I think I'm honestly gonna film the other one, like, right now. But anyway, if you guys ever encountered anything like this, or like been through this kind of situation before, leave a comment down below. Because when I tell y'all, I know these stories be having y'all weak now that y'all like adults, and these things happened when y'all was like a child or a teenager. So I want to hear y'all funny stories, so leave it in the comments below or DM me on Instagram. Because y'all, if you're from New York City or Brooklyn or anywhere, because I know everywhere have their own lit spots, but like, or a lit block, if y'all been through anything like that, like, I want to hear y'all funny stories. Like, I'm ready to laugh. I love to laugh. Like, so yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a new video. So you can be notified every time I post a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Like I said earlier in the video, my Instagram will be on the screen. It will always be on the screen for you guys to see. Don't forget to follow me on there. Stay in tune with me on there. Also, I posted, I think, 2 hair tutorials and a vlog all last week. So if you are not caught up, please go get caught up. Like I said, I'm dropping 7 videos. This is number 4 from now until Christmas. This is number 4 or number 3. I think number 4. I'm gonna use the highlight video as number 1, but I think this is number 4, and I'm dropping 7 videos until Christmas. So 7 videos until Christmas, and I can't wait for you guys to see video number 5, 6, and number 7, which will be posted on Christmas night, Christmas night or Christmas evening, something like that. Maybe Christmas night, because I think it's gonna be a vlog Christmas day. So Christmas night is when I will post a 7th video. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And then after that, I got a whole bunch of lit hair tutorials coming for y'all for the month of January. When I tell y'all flavors, also I am going to be dropping my hairline. When y'all see that logo, probably most of y'all already probably seen the logo, but when y'all see that logo, for those of you who did not see it, it's very, very, very colorful. And you guys are gonna see why I chose my brand colors to be those colors in the month of January, when I drop a whole bunch of colorful wigs and stuff like that for you guys to see. Can't wait for y'all to see it. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching.